Hello, welcome to City. In this video, we'll be talking about weekly outlook for silver. So I'll be working with silver for case study. So what's the essence of this particular video or series? It's just to give you a preview and a forecast of what the new trading week is going to look like. And I want to continue with this. Like every weekend, I will drop something that will give us an overview of what the past week was like and what we are anticipating. And the beautiful part of it is that it's going to be very simple. Now, some of you who have seen my video talked about you know switching between different time frames, which is very beautiful, but if you are new to trading, that's going to be very complex for you. And also, marking out a whole lot of things. So I'm going to give you something very simple they're going to be working with in 2025, and maybe let's say for the rest of your trading journey. And then I want to keep it very simple. So what's going to happen is that every weekend between Saturday and Sunday, I'm going to make a video on this series. So I'm going to create a playlist for this and just keep it. So it's not going to be only on silver. It's going to be, let's say, silver, gold, and currency pairs like USD card and all that. So I'm going to give us an overview, and I'm not going to go through a whole lot of time frames to confuse you. So having said that, let's get on with the video. So let's go back to the rules as always. So I like to work with the rules. So why do I work with rules oftentimes? Because ICT concepts are just rule based concept. So having said that, this is a daily chart. I'm not going to start from the daily chart. I'm just going to keep it very simple. So we are not going to do any analysis on this daily chart. We are going to be able to look at price and understand. So I'll just go straight to 15-minute time, which is the intermediate time frame, and then my execution time, which is the 1 minute. But for those of you who want a broad picture, which I don't see necessary, a broad picture, just look at price. Know that presently price has been bearish for some time, although we had this week, early part of this week being bullish. Yeah, like sorry, early part of last week being bullish. But then looking at this might not give you a clear picture. That's why I just want to hop into the 15-minute chart. So let's just go straight to the 15-minute chart, and I will show you certain things. So having said that, we can now go back to the rules. Let's just have an overview. I know the chart might not be looking clear. It looks more like a line chart, but you know hopefully we're going to make sense out of this. So look at this now. The first thing is we need to understand that price is fractal. And what do I mean by that? If you have a fraction, if you did a mathematics, you don't even need, it's not complex something, just a simple explanation. If you have a fraction like 4 over 8, a fraction like 4 over 8 now. So if you divide 4 by 2, it's going to give you 2. Divide 8 by 2 is going to give you 4. The new fraction we have, which is now 2 over 4, is not different from 4 over 8. The only difference is that this one now has been broken down or transposed. Okay, let me use the word broken down so that you don't confuse you. It has been broken down. That does not mean they are completely different. They are still same thing. You understand? So price is actually fractal in the sense that whatever is happening on the higher time frame is still similar to what is happening. Not even similar. Is almost exactly the same. Okay, let me use the word similar to what's happening in the intermediate time frame, and also relative to what is happening on the lower time frame. You understand? Okay. So having understood that price is fractal, that will be very helpful for us to continue. So let's go ahead. The next thing we need to know is that we need to check the market curve or profile in the what's it called in the small time frame. So I just broke down to the 15-minute chart on silver. Okay, I'm going to do this not only on silver. Every weekend I'll just pick another pair so that you know that this is not just about silver or the ones I like. It happens. It's very well, I say it's common on virtually all the assets I've seen except for cryptocurrencies. Okay, I've not really taken time to study that. So we need to identify the market curve right now. So look at this now. I zoomed in. Okay, I zoomed out, sorry, to have a big view. So from here now you see that um the market curve here is sell, and here now all of a sudden turn to buy. But now this is the part that might not be clear to you. From this very point up until this point now, I'm not marking a favorable gap. So up until this point, yeah, so I'm seeing something more like a market maker sell and buy model. And then breaking down to this other place now, from this point, okay, exactly from this very point, I see something like another market maker sell and buy model. So this is the buy model, this is the sell model. Now I see another small fractal of sell and buy model. So what am I trying to say now? I see that this one is a big fractal of sell and buy model. So it's now a small fractal of buy and sell model. And this is what is going to be happening every time in the marketplace. Buying and selling at various curve. Now it's not for you, it's left for you to understand the stance or your angle, where, like, I don't know if you get your stance or your angle where you have to participate, because when you participate is very very necessary, it matters, it's very very important. Okay, now the simple truth is that this might be going over your head, maybe you not still understand what I'm saying, but let me continue. Another thing is, please, if you know you are not clear with some of these things, just ask your questions. Okay, I can still leave it so that it just as a reference. Please ask your questions by simply commenting. And then if you've not seen the recent videos I've been doing lately, I think this might be a little bit complex, so check out the video on last fair value gap, entry using last fair value gap, OTE model, trading plan for 2025. Just like the last 5 videos I've done, I've been doing a whole lot on this particular concept, and even on displacement I've been doing some things on this. So that's just it. Okay, okay, so if you want what's it called, if you want me to do a video on this, still let me know on this market curve and all that. So one thing what happens is that market start from a consolidation point, then forms one end of the curve. This is the sell, and then this is the buy end of the curve. Let's still go to this. Market starts from a consolidation, up and down movement, though it's not really clear if you're not used to this concept anyway, then goes up here, then come down to this. So what am I trying to say now? At this very point on the broader scope, market is forming a consolidation here. So we need to be able to know what the market makers want to do first. You understand? So I cannot really assure you, or let me not give you a word and say, oh, they want to buy now or they want to sell now. No, 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 no. This is what's it called, their imprint, which is consolidation. So we need to know where they are going to at first. Now it looks more like they're going bearish, then they will do the bullish curve. But first of all, let's wait and see where price is going to be, because at the end of the day, might likely still go up here. That's waiting. So that's the place of patience. Now, even of the fact that market is still consolidating, you can still participate. There is a whole lot of opportunities here, and that's what I want to just capitalize, because I want to give us an overview of what really happened last week and how we can participate and all that. So let's go back to the rules first. Says price is fractal. We've actually talked about that. Now check the market curve. Okay, so presently market is consolidating, and if you don't understand the market conditions, go to the playlist on new to foreign exchange and all that. So I explain market condition. We talk about the reversal, retracement, consolidation, expansion, and all that. So you will need that. You will need that particular lesson. Now check to see if price is in OTE region. So OTE region, then before seek for key levels. So OTE region and seek for key levels. So right now on this very part, I told you on the bigger scale, price is just simply what is simply consolidating back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But that back and forth, it doesn't change anything. It doesn't change anything at all. So from this very point now, let me show you something. These are lows. This low, this low, this low, this low. And I told you whenever price breaks any key low or any key high, it will just retrace back from a swing low and then go down. Please check the other lesson. I don't want to keep repeating those concepts, and I've done a whole lot of repetition, and my challenge with repetition is that it makes the video or lessons quite long. So let's look at this now. I'll show you this. All these lows now have been taken by price right here, so displaced by a body. Even this one, you can still call this one, these two are relatively equal. Price displaced it here. So the thing, what I want you to note now is that whenever price displaces a body, expect price to do what? To simply retrace or reverse. That is one thing I'm looking at for. So but because we have seen that, okay, price broke this what's it called, these lows that have been here, it means price still have interest to go down low. but then it has to first of all retrace, forming a swing low before forming an opposing swing, which is a swing high here. So it will break, form an opposing swing, then shoot down. So that is one thing you want to note. But then let's use the OTE. So immediately now there's one concept I talked about, and which is very valid. Old lows or old highs turns to support or resistance. So which means they form lines of defense whenever they are being displaced. They form lines of defense. So I'll show you how precise this thing is. Now look at this. This is from this leg now, from this very leg up to this low. That is that swing high and this low, which is the present market swing high and low. So if you don't understand what I mean, let me show you. Presently, look at where we are. So price, market has closed, market has not opened. Now from this, let me show you the leg. From this swing high now to this swing low is the present market, what I say, leg. That's the present market leg from the swing high to the swing low. Then if I'm looking for a sell, if I'm looking for a sell. But if I'm looking for a buy, it's going to be from here, these very points, although it has not formed any swing low, so swing high or anything. So from this swing low up to this high should be the present if I'm looking for bullish. But I cannot take this because I'm not even from a swing, it does not even form a complete swing for me. So that's why I'm taking this part now, and I want to go from all the way here, then come forward and tell us what we are going to do most likely for the next week. So once price came down here now from this present price leg, what you're waiting for is for price to return to the OTE region. And what is OTE region? OTE region, and I take OTE region as one of my key levels. From these very points to this 79, that's the OTE region. So I want price to come into this place, exactly this place now. That's my OTE region. I want price to come from 62 all the way to 79. But best in best, I like it coming at 75. 75 is so ideal for me. Then if it doesn't, if apart from these places I've marked at, I also want to see price come to this bearish order block, either these two or just one of it. So these are some places I take as, very important key levels for me. So after marking that out, I want you to now look at this. You've seen that this very let's mark it out, this very low was also displaced. Okay, just a moment, let me look for a color that can be visible exactly. So this low was displaced, even this low here, they've been displaced. So what I'm looking at for a perfect entry, I want price to just come inside this low it displaced before. Yes, I want price to come inside this low it displaced before. So price is meant to come back here. That's for optimum entry, because what I'm showing you is optimum entry. I don't want to show you every opportunity that is going to make you stress yourself and you might not be able to manage the risks, and some things associated with that trade. I want to give you something very simple you can work with, and then from there we can build. So once price comes back to this place, what am I going to do? I can sell, but I'm not just going to sell blind. This is 15-minute chart. Remember, we execute on 1 minute chart so we can reduce our risk and everything. So price coming back here makes sense to me, or this region, or inside this OTE level. So once it comes into any of those places, I'm interested, I want to participate. So let's now transpose to 1 minute chart. Now we've been able to establish some factors and some other things, that price is fractal and all that. So let's make more sense out of this. Okay, so this is the two lines I marked from the 15-minute chart, and this is the region, the OTE region. So let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens here now. So price dips into that region. Watch, as it dips into that region, forms a very small swing high. But this swing high is so small, this swing low is so small that it's not significant for me. I will not take it. You can be, some aggressive persons might take it because you have a version favorably gap here, and also what's it called, a kind of another favorably gap here, price coming back into it, IC22 model. But me, I will not take this. I like to look out for significant swings. So this is a significant swing low, very very obvious and visible. Now I didn't take this one because at this point price have not gotten into this region. This is my key level. This is an aspect of key level. So I have to wait for price to come into this key level if I can trust it. You get? So after price comes to this key level, that is inside as it dips inside the key level, from this swing guide, I'm not interested. So from this very point, I want to see price come into this region. So let me use maybe red also. Exactly. So once price is coming into this place, that's when I can be interested to buy. So but then my displacement leg is too big, almost close to my TP. Look at my displacement leg. Let me use my gam box. I'll use my gam box to mark it. From this point is my displacement leg. So I want price. This is my displacement leg. I want price to step into premium for me to sell because I want to sell. You get? So I want price to step into premium. So now from this very point all the way down is my displacement leg. Now price came back here. This is just a tip of the premium. I will not trust it. So I really want price to go to this part where it caused that displacement, either to that part or below it. And it makes sense because it aligns with my premium aspect of the gam box. Because I have a lesson on how to set your gam box and fib levels and FVG, like how to do these settings. I have a lesson on that, you can check it out. So coming back here, what can I do right now? This is when you have to enter this trade. Enter from this point. Why are you going to enter from this point? Yes, it's not inside here. Why? Simply because price have given you a shift in market structure, which means this high, this low has been displaced. So now price is ready to go down, and then your target is at this very point. This is the very point you want to take your TP. But before that, I like to scale off profits, which means once price move, okay, another way I check my profit is if I enter the trade, let's say at this very point, let's go down here, then this is my TP objective. At this point I'm scaling off some things. I don't have to wait for it to get all the way down there, so I'm scaling off some things. So from this point to this point, scale off some things, and if you wait, you see that yes, it took some time, but let's see. You see that at this very point price smashed it and it was profitable. So that was achieved. This might not be clear to you, so what you simply do, please take this lesson again, watch it again, and you will definitely understand. So let's go back to the 15 minutes chart and let's see. So that is how I will recommend you take the entry. Don't just say, oh, it got here so I can now start what is it called, selling. You so that this is because you want something that you can work with, that has high probability and all that. You don't want to work with something that looks like a chance or so. So let's go back to that rule. The rule also says seek for other key levels such as highs, lows, and FVGs. So let's look at this part of it. Seek for, now look at this. Inside this OTE region, let me show you something. Inside this OTE region that I marked. Okay, this is not what I wanted to do. I want a fair value gap between here on the 15 minutes chart and right here. I have FVG. I have, see, from this point to this point, you see I'm having a fair value gap here, and it's a last value gap. Please check out for the lesson on last value gap. It will really help you. So you see now that even if I didn't use the OTE region concepts, my last value gap aligns, and I like it when about 2 or 3 of my concepts aligns for a trade. The most times the yield or the payout is usually high probability, and that's why I like to work with it that way. I believe this will make sense to you. Okay, so another thing we want to look at for is also the highs and lows, concept. So which means when price causes a stop hunt, but then since it does not align here, let me show you, because I'm working with rules. That's why I said I have to do more lessons on this. Like, so at this point now, what the key levels I saw now was FVG. So I didn't see this one, so I'm not going to bother myself. That's why when you look at price, don't price is not like a template. It's not a robot. It communicates. So what do I mean by that? There are things you look out for. If you don't see that stuff, check for another imprint if you can see it. If you cannot see another footprint of price, better leave it. It means there is no clarity for you. Stay on the sidelines. That's what I would advise you. Okay, so and sometimes if you're looking at this, if you've been following me in this community, there are sometimes I don't even look out for the FVG. When I see my highs and low, I work with them. So based on what price is telling me at the moment, so I want price to tell me the narrative. I want price telling me that narrative and context. I work with it. So now I saw OTE and I saw FVG. Perfect. I'm cool with that. I don't need to see everything. Once I see basic thing like 2 or 3, I can confirm what I'm looking out for. That's beautiful. You understand? Okay. So let me take off the nets and everything, and we go again. So this has been accomplished. Price has accomplished its purpose at this very point. So let's look at this. Let me show you another one so that you not think, oh, this is just something cherry picked something. So look at this very part now. Okay, you have a question anyway. I know you have a question. Just comment on the what's it called? On the comment on the just comment, drop a comment, and then we'll know what to do about it. So I want to stop here because this is the present price leg I did before. So if you look at this present price leg, where is the OTE region? The OTE region is from here. This is 62 all the way here. So see, I'm not speaking these things random. This is just the imprint of price. It's going to always happen. So this is not a fair value gap. So I will get rid of it. Let me use yes, it's just the OTE region. It's not a fair value gap. So from here is the 62 to what is it called, to 79, and I'm marking from the top to the down because it's a bearish. So what I'm waiting for now is for price to step into any part of this region, because this is 15 minute chart, then I will break down. So 15 minute chart, so you see the same thing that we did before, so we're trying to replicate again. So let's go to the 1 minute chart. Price has stepped into the OTE region, you understand? And what's it called, we also check if price has this look. Okay, let's check from it in the 15 chart and see if it's going to be cleared here. So right here, this low, let's pay attention to this low has been displaced by this body. Yes, so we are likely anticipating a kind of support once price get around here. So I'm expecting some kind of support within this region. So now let's see why that support didn't hold. Let's see, because sometimes price could be telling you something I don't want to pay attention to it. Now let's see this one. This example makes sense to me. So now this low that was displaced when price came back to what is it called, equilibrium, which is 50%. Yes, you can sell here and then put your TP, your SL here, your stop loss, and then target here for your TP. But for me, this is not optimum. You're risking too much, you get. So that's why I like price getting into this region. You're risking too much just to get, I don't know if you get about the same. This is more like gambling. So what I would advise is wait for price to come into this place. If price does not get here and you miss an entry, fine. And there's a problem I used to have when I started trading recently. I always wanted to participate in every trade. So every taxi that come, I wanted to enter. That's not the perfect this thing. That's not the perfect, will I say, the ideal mindset or trading plan or trading style. Allow price to come to the optimum point so it can give you enough and you risk little, so that if you lose, it's not going to hurt you, because I'm not promising you that you're going to lose. This stuff I'm doing now looks very simple because we are like you are watching me do it. If you go sit in your chart and do it, you see that this thing it's going to be kind of complex to you because you need time to master it. And the instance I give is that the fact that you have learned something does not mean you've mastered it. If you've learned how to play the keyboard, a drum, or any instrument, you've learned it, but it takes time, years sometimes, for you to master. So mastery is not something that just happen. It takes fullness of time. I don't know if this is making sense to you. So now at this point when price came down to this place, you can sell here. But look at why I don't trust it. It didn't come to the OTE region, one, and it's just here. So this one, what the imprint this one told me was that, wow, we want to go down. So it really told me that displacing this simply means institutions are selling. That is the confirmation I got from here. So I know it is not selling. Perfect. What do I need to know next? I need to know the right place to do what, to sell. Okay, so price came to all these places and didn't even get to the 60%. I'm not participating now. But look at what is so funny. Immediately price came into this place, it didn't give us an entry. Watch, there is no entry here. Immediately price came into this place, caused this top hunt, cleared all of them, immediately dipped into this place. It came, hit our this thing, what is it called, our objective, and it went into a sloppy kind of movement. Now if it were me, I will skip this entry, I will miss it, I will not participate. You get, I will not participate. So, and that's not bad. But what I'm trying to show you that this is still the context we are working, this is still the narrative. So this is still the fractal nature of price. If I go to a higher time frame, I can still show you these fingerprints. But I just want us to keep it simple so that working with a lower time frame makes more sense, and we can see it unfold as often as possible, at least more times. And I tell you, I think virtually in 2 days you can get up to 2 or 3 of this in 2 days. Sometimes every day it forms. So I'm still taking time I'm looking out for something that is very, very simple that you guys can can work with. I don't know if you get something that is very simple. I don't want to make this complex. I just want something simple that I can work with. But then on the 4 hour time frames, the one, the daily and the weekly, they give you bigger and rewarding options or suggestions. So that's just what this looks like. And right now, to tell you clearly, this one we couldn't take the we didn't find any entry, and that's beautiful. So don't don't because of the fact that you wanted to participate, you rush and get into trouble. So we are done with that. So this part has concluded its own agenda. You get, because it has smashed, what is it called, the high we what's it called, let me show you. It has smashed the objective we are looking at for. I think I did this one from here to here, and this has smashed. So the next outlook now is this. The next outlook is this. That's the next one. So you see how we're just going from one 15 minutes to the other. Very simple. And oh, I didn't show you this. I wanted to show you the time frame as well. Like for this one now, watch. This was the initial one work to. Okay, no, we anchored from here the fib from this point to this point. Please just pay attention. That was what I did. I can remember from this very point to this very point. Now price clearing this. Watch the time here. Okay, let me remove this. Watch the time here. This was what, by 9:45 a.m. New York a.m. So it was the perfect Q zone. Perfect Q zone. This is another thing you check. Please, when price is not in the perfect Q zone, sometimes you might want to skip the trade. So that's what I wanted to show you. So most times they will play out in the perfect Q zone. So what is the next one we checked from here to, let me see this. Okay, this was in the New York PM as well, the Q zone as well. So most time they'll form the trade the trade will play out in the Q zone or form inside the Q zone. Okay, so here now we'll have the next setup we are looking at for, which is for the new week. You understand? So price has come to this particular level, this 62, and also have broken this, what's it called, this low. So the fact that price have broken this low, for me it makes sense. Look at the region. I'm inside the OTE region. Let me mark it out and break down. So let me mark it out and break down and show you the expectations we want. So just on a tip, on the tip. So let's break down to 1 minute. Okay. So now price got to that place and has not even give us a setup. Watch. Because okay, this is a stop count. Beautiful. I don't want to go into that. And I didn't even talk about other blocks in this. I don't want to go into all those difficult concepts. I want to just keep it simple. So price has stepped into here, forming I think this one is not significant too, from my own look. It doesn't look significant, but we don't know yet. So it's going to form a swing, something like a swing low here, then come back here, either cause a stop on that is taking this one or just somewhere around there, then start going down. But that is what is it called? That is the ideal stuff I'm looking out for. That is what I am actually looking out for, you know. But then, since we are going into a new week, price is still opening. I'm going to allow price to play out. Yes, I want to allow price to play out. So let's go back to the rule. It says if a new setup is still forming, then wait, like be patient. So I think this is more like a new setup. Let me go out. I've given you the context of what I'm looking out for. So let me just simply go out. So let me go to the 15 chart, because this is where you do most of the framing from. So now look at this. Okay, you have to look at the big picture as well. So price is more like consolidating here, and it's trying to drop, sell or whatever. Okay, so from this very point now, for me, I would like price to play out, show me more finger imprint, like footprint, before I can participate. This thing might be confusing for you, but because the fact that price is fractal means a whole lot, means like so much. Funny enough, there's something I'm seeing here. Let me show you this now. The new week might open. Seriously, when the new week open, because new week opens on my local time is Sunday by 11 or 12 11 p.m. or 12 a.m. So as I stay in Nigeria, so from here now, watch. This is a swing. This is a, what is it called? A bearish swing. So from this high to this low, this primary high to this low. I'm not talking about these secondary ones we dealt with. Now, so there's still a very strong likelihood that price want to come back into this lows it's cleared back into this last value gap here, or other block, or even all these lows that's cleared. So there's likelihood that price might just pump, boom, come back here, or even okay, this one has been accomplished. If not, price can still come back here before talking about going up, but it has been accomplished. So price can still come back all the way up here, boom, before. So what I would do is that I'll wait for it to play out, and I believe by more instances and more examples, things might be clear to you. But having said that, don't still despise this small one we marked out from this very point to this very point. Check and see what price do after displacing this. That's it. But this is very small for me. If I don't want to work with 5 minutes chart, because I just want something that is, will I say, kind of normal or average, so that even the profit is going to be sizable, like sizable, yes, and the loss is going to be. So if we use 5 minutes, I don't know, it might be very very small, might be very very small. I don't want that kind of stuff. So that's why I'm just working with ideally 15 minutes, 1 hour, 4 hour. But best in best between um daily, 4 hour, and weekly, they will give you rewarding this thing. I know this might be confusing for you, but maybe go through the lesson again. Practice, please demonstrate this before you start using real money. Like, practice it, look at it very well. So, what is the tick point for this that you want to write down? When price is forming the curve or the other end of this, the run, ensure it has broken down a low. So, once it breaks it, wait for price to get back to that OTE level. If price does not get back to the OTE level, don't stress yourself, you don't need to take it, allow it to go. So we are looking out for opportunities that comes back to the OTE level. That's it. Okay, I wanted to say something about this one. So let me show you something. Because for new traders, it's always difficult for them to switch angles or stance. It's always difficult for them, and I know what I'm talking about because I've been there. Switching angles for new traders is very difficult. So watch now from this point. Okay, let's do this one bearish. From this bearish run down to this bearish run, watch. Price came back to the OTE region, right? Started coming down, but did not get to the TP. So, like, beautiful thing. Once you take your profit by 50%, nice. Before price took them out and they didn't even come back here again. Now, somebody might see this and think the stance. Oh, this he explained something that's not clear. Look at the problem. The stance here is on buy, and I know it will take you time to understand this stance. The stance here or the angle here is on buy. So once price went to the buy, came back here, you did see how price really got to this place. So understanding the stance can be something difficult. I don't know if you get, and I'm trying my best to really explain to you the present stance of the market. So when we are going to be in the bullish, in the bearish, on the curve, because if we are bullish, you have to be looking out for bullish. If we are bearish, looking out for bearish. So you don't look out for the opposing when we are not there. The only thing you can do is that if you're looking at for the opposing this thing, it means you are counter trading, which means you are trading against the market bias or the market what's it called, direction. And yes, you can do it. I've even done it and become profitable. But when I do it, I nimble. So which means for me now, if I had entered around okay, if I marked from here to here and I entered around here, I will not even wait for price to get here. Like 50% I'm off. Which means I'm going to be nimble in taking my profit and everything, and the smallest way I can, then trailing my stop loss and all that. So I believe this was very very helpful. So if you have any question, you have any confusion, just comment, and then we are going to keep building on this to give you something super for next year. Somebody was talking about if I can do a mentorship like for 2025. I don't know for now, unless if I can see more people who are really interested, and then we can set up something for that. But having said that, I wish you the very best, and like always, please subscribe, comment, like, and I'm gonna keep giving you like quality content, and see you at the top as you scale your trading skill to excellence. So have a nice time, and then not to forget compliment of the season. So this is the Christmas season, and then we are trying to transit into the new year in 2025. So a whole lot of things is happening, like right now I'm hanging out with my family, traveled, and it's all beautiful. So take time to enjoy, relax, and next year you come back to the chat. The chat is not running away. Life is out there, so participate. Thank you.